praising the music of this game is something I've done way too little of so far this Let's Play. Just take a listen at the Lake Floria theme. That's not even near my favorite piece in the game. Hello everyone, I'm the best Let's Player you've never heard of. Are you ready for more Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword? Last time, we climbed the tree, met a Kikui, who told us to go to the water dragon. Then we went over a waterfall and said wee. That rhymes. We're just gonna do that. So let's follow the master of unoriginal naming right here. And yeah, that's pretty much all that I can say, because I would have loved to get to the water dragon last episode, but she does have a rather large cutscene associated with her, so I do think it is better. I mean, we were just like one room away. No, we were not. Never mind. I forgot about these guys. They're rather important enemies, too. Oh, they're back! That's one of the fish that Guido brought in here and used to attack Her Excellence. They're mean as they come. Can I tattle on you while I'm underwater, even? Does not look like I can. Yes, I can. Okay. No, I can't. No, I can't. Okay. They're pretty pathetic. You just spin into them twice. I don't know why he had such a problem with that. It was kind of really bad if you thought that was, like, yeah. There aren't words to describe. No, bottle. Oh, come on. I know I had one, but I always like overusing the amount of... I always want to have like 5 more fairies than I need. Okay, where did you go, Jello? Do I have to talk to you, actually? Okay. At last we're here! You can swim a little faster, you know. Her Excellence, the Water Dragon, is just up ahead. Hang on a second. Now, I love this. You'll notice that his head, the frilly thing on his head, is slightly differently shaped from the other Pirellas, as well as being differently colored. That's because the door was designed specifically so that his head could be the key. I'm not sure if that's adorable, kind of scary, kind of abusive, a mix of all of those 3, I think I said, or just plain dumb. Or a mix of those 4. So, yeah. There aren't too many words. But I suppose I should have more words since this is a Let's Play, but you know. Looks like we've gathered into a hall where a lot more Pirella are. As you can see. Yep, things on these guys' heads are tiny. But Jelliff's is really big. These guys, they have to grow up until they can hit the thing. Like, these ones are kids, that one's another adult, but I guess Jelliff's special because he's the only one with the actual thing on his head. But, either way, I'm going to spend a minute or so searching around here for other goodies like that Amber Relic, so I will cut back to you in a moment when I want to meet the Water Dragon. Okay, if this was another treasure or money, I wouldn't have shown this, but there's a chest on the upper rim that contains the last treasure we need, an evil crystal. Getting up here is simple. There's a small staircase right back here. Right where the third beacon is, because as you can see, that's the way out of the room. But you want to go that way to get the treasure. There's one more Amber Relic along the way, but it does look like that is it, so... Unless I can get up there for some reason, and there actually is going to be something, which it doesn't look like there will, I think we are ready to meet her persnickety-tude, the Water Dragon herself. Who is apparently this thing.
Ah, you there, human! You have intruded into my home, a sacred place few are permitted to enter. This is no place for one such as you, and yet here you stand. You will explain how you got here, and quickly.
Are you the Water Dragon, as if we couldn't tell already?
I am! Those with manners addressed me as Faron, Warden of the Woods. I was appointed by the goddess herself.
Because, obviously, There are so many dragons roaming this world that could have easily taken the place instead of you.
Though my current stature is less than, well, intimidating, shall we say, know that you stand in the presence of a loyal servant of the goddess. I say, that's one of my scales you have there. A sacred gift such as that could only be carried by the goddess's chosen hero. Or could you really be him? This raises questions. Even with that scale in your possession, finding my hall is no easy task. How did you find me? Ah yes, that cackling old hermit Kiwi told you where I lived, didn't he? Honestly, I can't remember how many times I've told that scruffy thing to keep his mouth shut. That's the last straw. Next time I see him, he's dinner. Oh, but I digress. You've come here seeking a sacred flame, have you?
Of course.
I knew it. But I'll be straight with you. A shrimpy boy like you hardly looks the part of the goddess's chosen hero. There's no doubt about it. The test is in order to prove you're everything you say you are. Shortly before your arrival, I was attacked by a pompous creature calling himself Girahim.
That's not surprising at all.
I stood against a self-proclaimed demon lord, but I was wounded in the encounter. The wounds he's given me are stubborn things. I've been forced to recuperate in this basin of sacred water. Unfortunately, the healing properties of the sacred water have diminished, and I am now in need of another dose to freshen up my healing back. Bring me the container of fresh sacred water I require. Do me this favor and I'll gladly show you where to find the sacred flame you desire. What say you? Okay, helping people, solving crimes, and making up rhymes.
I am analyzing the water remaining in this basin. Excellent, I can now help you douse for the water type you were searching for.
So what, are we looking for like a Vaporeon, or a Prinplup, or an Oshawott, or what kind of water type, Fi? You need to be specific. Is it a single type? Is it a dual type? Is it one of the 17,000 water flying? Is it legendary? Are we looking for a Primal Kyogre, an Omega Ruby, and Alpha Sapphire? Fi, you should know to be more specific with people like me about this kind of thing. So yes, glowing bottle now is what we need to douse for.
You wisely elected to carry an empty bottle.
Yeah, if you don't have an empty bottle, she would yell at you.
If you can continue down this way, you will find an exit back to the woods. Excellent, now run along. One does not keep a dragon waiting.
So yes, rather obviously, we're gonna have to go back to Faron Woods to find this thing. Because, I mean, dowsing points to the woods is where we need to go, and it's not, something you need to be smart to figure out. Now, up there is a goddess cube, I know this, but we cannot get it for now. So, let's do the very smart thing and make sure to activate the Floria Waterfall bird statue. And then, head up this way back to Faron Woods. Because why wouldn't we go back to the woods, if you know what I'm saying? I mean, that I don't know why I double entendre that, because it's kind of this thing. And I don't get why Link had to look around. Bye!
Master, I have information to report. By my estimates, you are currently situated in the southwest area of Faron Woods. Please confirm your location with your map.
So yeah, we're there at the place we knew we could go, but didn't. Or we knew we would be able to go because of this log, but weren't able to. So, I'm gonna just fight this moblin quickly. And, ow. Explain why these guys are one of my favorite enemies to fight. In Skyward Sword, at least. Not my favorite enemy. It's just because of how many dang hits these guys take. Ow. You could just beat up on them like crazy until they die. It's just, it's something I have way too much fun with, but I still do. I don't know why, but yes, I'm going to now cut to the part where, well, yeah, basically, I don't know why I'm stumbling over this, but I already know exactly where to go to find the water, so I'm going to meet you halfway. Literally halfway to the place, because I'm smart like that. Now, sorry, you thought that the water was going to be back in Faron Woods, wouldn't it? Didn't ya? Yeah, that was butchered, but yeah, it's actually in Skyview Temple. But first off, if you see 3 blessed butterflies moving around a place like this, and you play the goddess's harp, guess what? It actually has a function outside of sounding cool and playing the goddess Song. Yes, this is Gossip Stone. Glittering spores cause something to happen when they're thrown on bugs or monsters. They can be collected from sparkling mushrooms. If you see 3 butterflies like that somewhere, you can do that and get hints from the Gossip Stone, and the first time they're spawned, they'll also give you a random treasure. Speaking of treasures, take a look at this page! I collected a ton just heading through Faron Woods to the Deep Woods. I got a ton of jelly blobs. I got another hornet larva thing. Got a couple of amber relics. One other thing, I think. And look, I have 43 Deku Hornets now. Yeah. That's not overkill, I don't know what is. But what is something cool is the fact that the game actually requires you to return to a dungeon you've previously cleared. I thought this was really cool the first time around. And trust me, you're not going to mind the backtracking since you don't have to solve any more puzzles anymore.
My readings indicate the presence of sacred water in the temple. Unfortunately, it's not possible to use your dowsing ability here. Based on my calculations, I estimate the water is located in the deepest part of the temple complex. I recommend using the X on your map.
Yeah. Greater enemies are there. Obviously, blue bokoblins and moblins have also invaded the Deep Woods, as you may have seen. And you see stuff like quadrobabas right here off the bat. This is not the same Skyview Temple, which is also why it doesn't feel like backtracking too much. Yes, it's the exact same atmosphere, but the enemies are stronger, and keep in mind, you already solved all the puzzles on your first way through, so you only just need to run through the entire place. And magma!
Hold it, you're that guy. That guy met in the volcano. Here to do some treasure hunting too?
Sacred water's no treasure, really. You can't really sell it.
You're a terrible liar, guy. You got treasure hunter written all over your face. Did the big stone guy out there tip you off to the loot too?
Tip? Because we saw the stone guy, that's the Gossip Stone.
Yeah, what did you say again? Struck a chord most beautiful in the place within the temple where the butterflies dance. So I get here, and I let loose of some of the most gorgeous humming I've done in my entire life, and nothing happens. But see, now I've come this far, there's no chance I'm gonna give up the hunt for treasure just yet.
So, actually, it occurred to me. The stone guy he was talking about, was not the Gossip Stone, it was Gorko, who will tell you about something, if you visit him again, called Goddess Walls. 3 blessed butterflies indoors means you'll get a goddess wall like this.
Whoa there, buddy, I bet you think you're all gonna run ahead and swipe all the best treasure for yourself. But I say you're setting yourself up for big-time disappointment. Just because some weird design popped up on the wall doesn't mean you won't get any closer to finding any treasure, alright? I think you've been had by that boulder with legs. Stay here if you want, I'm going on ahead.
So, what do goddess walls do? I'll be going over the other things they can do at a later date when we run into more, but with your Skyward Strike, you can draw shapes on them. The shape I'm going to attempt to draw is a rupee. When this happens, well, we'll just wait and see. I'm hoping that's close enough to a rupee. Yes, it is! That's what happens. You can draw several other shapes, and they'll give you several other things. We don't have a way to hold some of the things that a Goddess Wall can give you yet. So, that's why I'm only going over the rupees one now, especially since I want to get to that 1400 rupees thing. Now, also, I know how I said we're going to get into another dungeon really soon. Also, Green Bokoblin Leader. Forgot about you. I'm not going to tattle into obviously the same thing. Oh, you, though, are a Green Bokoblin Archer. It inhabits caves or indoor environments with archery skills roughly equivalent to the surface-dwelling Red Bokoblin. And yeah, we haven't seen red archers yet, but they're pretty much the same thing as red archers in green. They are deadly. You'll also notice that the door there has been locked. No need to worry. It's actually very, very easy to unlock it. You'll see in a moment.
Just fantastic. I work like a weasel.
You're a mole, not a weasel. Don't insult yourself.
Just to go swipe a key from that monster and then I have to go and lose it. I just can't remember which hole I hid it in. Oh, and here I thought that key would be my ticket to a life of luxury. Could have sworn I buried it right around here.
Well, the game made us the game made us really easy. I beg to differ. I think I'm... Never mind. Not gonna finish that. Shut up, games! No one do. Okay. So, yes. Now that you can swim, you can actually go back into this tunnel without losing any air somehow, where you wouldn't have been able to go before if you returned to Skyview Temple. And remember that this is a real stretch if you remember this, by the way. There was one digging hole up here. This is where you will find your key. That, if you can remember that was there, and remember now that it's like the one I really like about this return to Skyview Temple is it's really quick. You only get through a couple things. It introduces you to new enemies that you're gonna have to get used to if you want to clear the next proper dungeon. And it makes you remember stuff from the first two main dungeons. Digging holes, learning stuff from magmas, and then, dude, you should really stop shooting me. I don't feel like killing you, but I'm going to want to very quickly. And then, also, looking around to find keys, and remembering that that one hole was there, because if you could do that, you're really good at something. Alright, beat that Staldra cheaply. You'll notice there are a lot more than just one Staldra around this place now. And I would love to get some more hearts, because I'm a little scared for what we're gonna have to... Yeah, I pity my own grammar. Not my own grandmother, it isn't her fault, but so, over here, you got Bokoblins. You got Archer Bokoblins. Needless to say, you're gotta get to a place where they can't shoot you, which apparently isn't here. Okay. When you're out of range... Oh my god, how am I supposed to not get killed by these guys? Okay. This appears to be out of range. I forgot they could shoot the beetle out of the sky. Anyway! What I'm trying to do is grab a bomb and blow them up with a bomb. So I'm kind of surprised I've been able to avoid them this well so far. Alright, that took out both of them. I'm hoping I can get my hearts back up rather shortly, because Fi being annoying. Luckily, I don't have to worry about her here. But, come on, Linkathan. Linkathan. There we go. So, Magma! Third time.
Sheesh, I need some serious miles to get my paws on treasure I found squat. Talk about bad luck.
I think some no-good thief beat me to the goods. There's nothing here but water now. Who in the stinking world would come all this way for water? Nobody, that's who. I'm cutting my losses and heading home. See ya. Alright, give me hearts. Thank you. They're nice enough to put this room full of hearts now. And trust me, you will need them. Obviously, we're not going to clash with Girahim again, since, according to what the Water Dragon and the Perella have said, and by the Perella I mean Jelef, the other ones you can talk to, but they don't really say anything important or useful. So, yeah. Are you gonna have... Okay. Guess I'm gonna have to go in with the life I have. But, you're not gonna have a dungeon. This is... I like how Skyview Temple around the second time is more of a mini-dungeon than a regular dungeon. I think it's cool that backtracking to a place can be counted as a whole different challenge, because yes, you get new enemies. And you get a new mini-boss to clear out Skyview Temple 2. And what I really like is how it's actually a rehash of the original mini-boss in Skyview Temple. Where you fight 3 Stalfos instead of 1, and it's ridiculous. And they almost killed my shield. How am I... Okay, do I have bombs? I have bombs. Just lead them around to here. Wow, that worked great. Oh, balls. I should have probably blocked that. Or not. Come on! Okay, I have a fairy at least. I have 2 fairies. I picked up another one. Placed by Bucha along with... 2 hearts in it. Link, thank you. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. Oh, they give you more... They give you bombs here, so I guess they expect you to fight these guys using bombs. I didn't discover this bomb trick until before, and I thought I was out of bombs, which is why I didn't use it in the beginning. But, yes. For some reason, I can't shield bash. I'm not even bashing with bad timing now, it's just not working. There we go! Okay, that was still not very bad. Oh, the last one just gives you 1 rupee, of course. But that definitely was not as bad as it could be. I'm really glad I got that through very well. I even avoided using the fairy, which is double nice. And yeah. I was good at a thing. Kind of surprised that I did that well, actually. I wasn't, I mean, yeah.
I detect sacred water nearby. There are no monster horrors causing interference, so you can douse here.
Funny thing about sacred water, Fi. You don't need to douse to figure out where it is. Also, I'm going to try to go for birds this time. If I screw up once, I'm just going to say forget about it. But I need a couple bird feathers. I have evil crystals and I have monster claws. Okay, I got 2, I think. 3? Alright! So, yeah, I've got materials I can use to actually upgrade my stuff now. Which I would love to be able to do. I'm gonna catch... So, either way. Yeah, the place with the fairy is obviously where the sacred... The place with multiple fairies. Did I just accidentally put it in a bottle by catching it? I did not... I never tried doing that before. I didn't know that's what happened. On the bright side, I can just do that, and... take my bottle, and yeah. You've got some sacred water! With this pure water can heal the wounds of the water dragon. It has mystical properties that can't be found in ordinary water.
There's a 95% probability that the water here is identical to the water in the water dragon's basin. I suggest we take it to her.
Oh, how far back does it put us? I would love if it brought us direct... No. I thought it was going to bring us directly back to the water dragon. That's too much to ask for. But, I can just skywarp there, pretty much. And since I know I'm cutting out a lot, I think I'm going to get us to the entrance of the next dungeon here. So, that's excellent. I didn't expect it would take this quickly. I mean, also, I'm not going to handle any of the goddess cubes we got now. We got a good 2 or 3 from... Like, look, we got... None? Okay, they're in Skyloft then. Because there are several goddess chests in Skyloft. But, either way, we did get a ton of stuff done, and I'm really going to want to prepare for this next dungeon in Skyloft, because the next dungeon is like a next step up. It's like, we did the first 3 dungeons, and it was something. But, now we're doing... Fi, thanks. Good job, Fi. We did the first 3 dungeons to find Zelda, but now that we know exactly where Zelda is, unfortunately it's the past, so we can't exactly get there very well, but now we got a whole new objective. It's like, it's a whole new world we live in, and a whole new way to see. I'm not going to keep singing it. It's going to be hard, but I'm not going to keep singing. I'll keep on singing. The sky with stars so bright. The notes, they feel so right. I've never felt like this all... Stop right now before I get even more dislikes. So, yeah, oh, there's gossip. Yeah, why would I even by accident choose Spy? There appears to be another Gossip Stone here. Yeah, just to see what he has to say quickly, too. What do you got? Boing boing! Oh, he gave me a Monster Claw. Oh, you. So what does he actually have to say? If drawing a symbol of love on certain walls will heal your wounds. That's pretty well, it's not self-explanatory if you don't know what it means. But, basically, that's something I didn't intend to show off until I actually needed it. But I could just verbally say it now because it's nothing too radical or important. One of the other things you can do on Goddess Walls is to draw a heart, and it will give you several hearts. So, yeah, usually if you don't need anything, you draw the rupee and get rupees. But if you actually need hearts, it's a good way to replenish them.
Yes, just look at that color! There's no doubt that is the water I need! Quickly, boy, pour it into my basin!
That sounds really bad out of context. Especially since it's a shiny, glistening, half-white stuff that we just poured in there. What's happening? What is happening? Well, that's a thing! Exquisite! I can feel its energy surging through me! Behold the full majesty of Pharaon! What a dragon and guardian of these lands! I stand tall! Healed and whole once again! Human! You have done well to bring me the sacred water I asked you for! I see now it was no coincidence that you completed the goddess's trial and obtained a water dragon scale. In turn, I will grant you the favor you have asked of me, and lead you to the sacred flame of my land. Come. Really, after the whole pour in the basin thing, you're gonna say that? Now, behold! Also, this theme, it's... Spoiler alert, there's more than one dragon in this game. Big surprise, since they would just call her the dragon if there weren't others that weren't water dragons. But the theme that was playing there, that's the collective theme of the dragons of the world. It's one of the more ambient, but ones that I like still. And, oh, so she has the ability to do that now, apparently. Go! The sacred flame you seek lies within that place. While the waterfall has barred entrance to this place for many years, monsters have still found a way in. And inside they flourish. Ah, but you are the goddess's chosen hero. Swatting a few monsters will be no trouble for you. I imagine you and I will cross paths again. Until then, do not lower your guard. Farewell, boy! And with a little too much flamboyance in the animation there, Pharaon departs. So, next episode's gonna start with Skylofton doing stuff, but I can't resist being a real jerk here, just giving you a teaser of the next place we have to go to. Song that I still think is remixed from Zelda 1. I would love for someone to tell me if that little jingle that plays before you enter a dungeon for the first time is remixed from Zelda 1, because I really want to know. And I also really want someone to comment. That's a hint. So, take a look at my favorite dungeon in Skyward Sword. If not my best. My best is easily Skyview Temple, because I played through it like 5 times. More than the rest of the game. The Ancient Cistern. This is a pretty dang cool place. That's all I'm gonna say. It's got a huge undertone theme, and just by looking there, you can see it has a ton of roots in Buddhist mythology. So, this is going to be a pretty cool place to go to, which we are going to explore in the next episode. Until said next episode in which we are going to explore, I'm LeaderofLuxinape, signing off!